What is up, guys? It's Mason once again. It's been a while since I posted on this. I know I stream more than I actually post videos. I was intending to play something else. I will play it for fun. Our opponent is playing a very passive line here. Let me know what you guys prefer. Like, do you like these kinds of videos, or is there anything in particular you'd like to see? Right. He's playing very passive. I'm half tempted to try and take the center. There is this idea of so I'll go for it. I'll go for this. Let's see what my opponent. Okay, so here we are seeing that he's putting a lot of defenders on the e5 square. So I'm trying to play against that. I'm playing on Chess, which I haven't done before for these videos. I'm kind of shifting to Chess for the time. Due to one or two issues, but yeah. Active. If I play this, he's likely to play pawn. Yeah. I could play like a Jobava style and put my bishop here. I don't think there's any merit to. I mean, if I did play like bishop to c4 and he closed it down, something. I could also just play e5 myself. e5, e takes, knight takes, and then takes this way. If there's ever a trade, I think that helps. I kind of locked down this, so I'm kind of looking into. Let's try that. I know I haven't castled yet, but I want to avoid him pushing e5. And I feel like now I do have some merits looking at the fact that this bishop is not so good. Should he play like b6? I have bishop to e2 so that I can trade and I have good control over that diagonal. If he locks it as well, then his knight is having a problem and he's possibly going to have to push with like c5. Which, I don't know, should I play this now? Yeah, he goes b. I could play d3, but then he plays pawn push. And if he pushes again, that's trouble. It's 10 plus 5, so I don't have to be so fast, but I'm someone who really lags a lot on time. So I kind of want to take my time. So c5 is what I'm expecting to see at some point. Doesn't play. c5 is expected to come at some point for sure. Let's see what he does when he thinks I'm going to castle queens. If I play queen d2, he might think I'm going to castle queens and then immediately launch this attack. Does this do anything for me? I could just castle here and I could also just play this. Let me play this and see what my opponent. So right now my opponent is struggling with this bishop. I can't do much. He's kind of struggling with space issues. Which is why I pushed e5. You may not often want to do that, but I thought that was the right moment to do it. Maybe I should have done it earlier, but so let's see. If I castle kingside, there's a likeliness that he won't take. And if he takes, I would like to jump my knight into this. So there's some merit to it. There is also knight here. Like takes. I don't think I want to do that. I think I would like getting my, but he's definitely going to play bishop here, so I have to be very vigilant. I don't know if I'm playing the right move. I'm suddenly getting the sense that I'm not in the right position. If I take myself, he can just take with his pawn and knight here. So let's castle and see what he does. Pawn push is the move he can play. Really? Yeah, in both cases he does that. I will castle here. So I'm playing 10 plus 5, rated. I've not played chess in a bit, but I have been like playing puzzles in between. Um, yeah. If he tries to lock the position, will b3 help me? b3 a4 maybe. Kind of feel like playing a4 a5 a5. The problem is like all play is currently on the queen side. This loosens the defense of my knight. So it's kind of not what I want to see. Now with this move, I can actually place my bishop here. Maybe reroute my knight. At this point, I just don't feel like I'm making the right moves. I'm giving you my thought process, but I don't have any confidence behind the moves I've played recently. I don't have any confidence, which is very funny because I've been explaining everything step by step. Something just feels off about my position. Originally, this move looked good. Of course, we saw that the bishop coming in here does like make the move not so strong. I know he wants to play this, and I want to jump my bishop. Am I correct? Pawn push, knight jumps back. He has pawn takes. Bishop takes, I'm fine. My opponent looks like he's not planning on castling. So now I have something to target, right? So yeah, he's gonna play h5. Gonna go f4, f5. Try and break in the center. There's no need for me trying anything here anymore. I can play takes. He has bishop takes, pawn takes. Knight jumps in here is one of the moves that I would like to think about. So I don't know if I should jump in here with the knight first. Yeah, I think knight f4, f5 takes. I'm creating a weakness here. I think I'm just fine there. I think I'm just fine there. There's something I'm also not like. He takes it. Do I just take back with the knight? Allows me to. Okay, so pawn push, knight takes, rook takes, pawn push again, pawn takes. I don't. Now I'm actually looking here. Things, king. I think he's going to go this way. Looking at takes, let's say knight takes, knight takes. If I can get the bishop out of the square, then I open up this line. Like I said, my opponent's king is stuck in the center. Pawn push here is an idea, but I don't think it works. Knight for my bishop. I think I'll allow that. But let's say I take, knight takes, queen takes, bishop takes, knight takes. Yeah, I think he does get. But I get pawn push. The knight no longer blocks that. So that's I'm kind of okay with allowing that. Pawn takes, knight takes. Bishop takes is not. He's gonna play pawn takes first or something. Nine takes. I have pawn. Pawn take. He's planning to fork. So I was hoping to get my knight here so that I could jump here. Okay, I was happy about my position a bit, but now not so sure. He had this pin here. That's what I was. Pawn push is still existing. That's why I feel like he wants to play this. Takes, knight jumps in. I have a target there. The lack of confidence. He still hasn't gotten his queen in the game. There's still some things that look good for me, but I would personally pick black here. Ooh, this is. Ooh, this could be here. More likely here. So takes. Now here is not. You can play like bishop here. If I play pawn push, he plays place. I think that's what he's gonna do. Pawn push. Maybe I should have focused on getting my takes. We jump back. There's no threat, immediate threat. It's possible he's now going to bring the bishop in. Yeah. Doesn't work the uh, mm. Yeah, I'm definitely losing here. Interesting and now if bishop takes, I can jump in here with check first and then take the bishop. Doesn't win me the game in any way, shape, or form, but he might play like a knight move to force me out of that position. Especially with the fact that my queen is on the same line as the rook. So knight b6, knight takes b6, bishop takes b6. I have bishop blocks. Bishop blocks now. This no, that wouldn't make sense because if queen takes, bishop takes, rook can take. No, but my rook would be because if I did this, so I wonder why it's calculated whether knight here or knight take. Because knight takes. Wait, knight takes. Takes. Okay, I think that's fine. Knight takes. Knight takes is not, I think, the best move. Because let's say rook takes, I take, bishop takes, I can take here with check and then win this guy. Right. So I take this. Takes this. So I can take here still. Mm. I thought he had a better line than. Still have a point. Definitely a. I could have done this with tempo, but I suck. So you're gonna go this way. If I go here, is he gonna take? If I play pawn push, he's gonna take. I take, and then that move is. I'm gonna keep coming forward. And I'm kind of banking on. Oh, he's gonna trade bishops, I guess. Huh? Bishop here, I'm guessing is what. This is not 5+0, so I can't win this on time. 5 seconds is a lot of time for Lee chess, so it's drawish. But my opponent definitely is the one for. Lost here. What? Oh boy. I I thought I pre-moved this, not this. That was a big mistake on my part. I sincerely thought I had pre-moved this. Oh, okay. I think I did. But I played like a chess.com player. I played this, and my pre-move was this, right? So I would take and then here. But he was just going to win this. Takes. Maybe, maybe there was a way out. Let's. I don't think I'm winning again. So here, yeah. So I thought I did this, and then here, and then here, and then here. Pawn push takes. Maybe this is fine. I think it's yeah. I think maybe I have something with. I still think my opponent is winning. I would have been more confident if my pawns were like on that rank. But looking at where they are and the fact that the king can come in close, I hesitate to shoot my own horn. But let's see what the engine says here. I think it's just completely winning for black. Yeah. If my pawns were on this square, that's a different thing altogether. But we see a very um sorry big problem over here. I initially thought that this was okay, and I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I could have gone the Jobava landing line and allowed this. I think I could have. Because then I do have this move. And should my opponent take, I do take here. And I'm not so bothered about this at this point in time, right? I can always bring my guy back. I can always move the bishop away. I think I'm completely fine here. Let me just quick the engine. I'm not complete. Yeah, bishop to b4. Ah, yeah, that makes perfect. Yeah, so I was thinking that I was okay here. But bishop here is fine, right? Then c5 and then castles here. And if your opponent plays pawn push, then you go bishop to e2, and that's completely fine. Which I think we didn't get this position, right? We didn't get this position. We got yeah. All this while my bishop was not doing well. And these moves, I didn't like them. Like this move in particular, I did not like it. It felt too slow for me. And I kept changing plans. And you notice that every time I make videos where I just keep changing plans, I end up losing those games. So we'll get to, for example, here. I played this, and the plan is to go like pawn push and basically continue the position there. I can further this idea by going this very simple and straightforward. If my opponent closes in, the exact same thing, right? So there's nothing really stopping me from playing this move. And I don't know what was I was worried about concerning this move, because I don't know. Let's just say my opponent plays the exact same thing he plays. Takes, knight takes, rook takes, and I'm completely fine. So I see this plan and suddenly I'm like, no, why don't I just play the knight here rather? Then if for anything I can get the trade-off here, the knight joins in the trade-off here. But my plan was not to trade off. My plan was that my opponent would be the one to initiate the trade. But then I quickly changed my plans, went here. Maybe I didn't voice it out, but I did do that. And now you see my opponent's even knight came here. So you could even imagine my bishop coming in here and the knight coming in here. This puts me in a very interesting position. I don't think I'm winning, but it is an interesting position. Right? And I don't think my opponent has that straightforward attack. Maybe he could still go for his attack. Maybe. But then you see that we don't have that threat on the light squares, at least not for now. Right? I still think black is better here, but oh, white is very good here. Okay, then my valuation here is correct. So yeah, bishop to d3 would have been a fine move, but instead I played this move, and that is like, now I thought I could have something here, but I didn't. The mere fact I had to retreat my queen was enough to let me know that this was fine. Pawn push would not have worked, but my opponent just plays takes, and I don't know what to do here. Like, okay, I still can't push my plan, right? But I did. No, at this point I'm just losing. At this point I don't think I'm. Yeah, at this point it's just bad. Right? Maybe I shouldn't have taken first. Maybe I could have just retreated my knight. No, that's just losing. Yeah. So yeah, that's at this point, at this point it's just losing and me trying to survive. Did I mess up the whole situation here? No, I think I played what I could. The line I calculated, which my opponent did see, was this. If you play takes here, I do have takes here. Bishop comes back. If you do play bishop back, takes, and then I have takes. And this is position. My opponent did see that, right? And funny enough, I saw this at the last moment. What I was initially calculating was knight jumps in here, takes. And if queen takes, for example, I have bishop here, which is what I was talking. But again, to keep the pressure, I was expecting that he would play this. Then this move comes. And I was thinking that I can still play. Because if let's just make a random move here, if pawn push and my opponent takes, I'm not losing, I'm not like messing something. Then the next thing I mentioned was yeah, again, if for example I played here, my opponent would play queen takes, I would take. If rook takes, I would take here, and after king. So I saw like all of that. But wait, did I not play that? Wait, what did I play here? No, he didn't go that line. Yes, yes. That's the yeah. So here I was kind of hoping for takes, and then I'll take here, and then if takes, I take whatever my does. The point is, I still maintain this. Yeah. So that's kind of like what I was hoping for. Didn't I felt this was wrong, and maybe I had a chance, but yeah, I think my end game technique here was not the best. Yeah, he lost a bit of his advantage. Um, but yeah, that's basically how sometimes it goes. So I think the idea in and of itself is not bad, but my continuation is exactly what was bad. Because like again, what is my opponent's activity apart from c5? Right? Again, he's going to attack the queen side. I think I could like mitigate the attacks on the queen side. But I could tell I was slipping. I could tell I was I had good ideas and my execution was very poor. And that was basically what happened. Yeah. I think I've gone through everything that is necessary. So yeah, guys, if you did enjoy this video, unfortunately I lost. But if you did enjoy this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be coming out with another one hopefully soon. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I'll see you guys. I stream. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.